The Nipah virus represents a significant and growing threat to global health security. Its emergence and re-emergence in various regions underscore its potential for widespread devastation. This pathogen demands our immediate and sustained attention. This virus is not merely a regional concern, it poses a potential pandemic risk. Its characteristics align with those pathogens capable of causing global health crises, impacting economies and societies worldwide. The global community must recognise the magnitude of this danger. There is an urgent need for preparedness and robust research efforts. Proactive measures rather than reactive responses are critical to mitigating the risks posed by Nipah virus. Investment in scientific inquiry and public health infrastructure is paramount. Failing to address the Nipah threat comprehensively leaves the world vulnerable. A coordinated international strategy is essential to prevent a localized outbreak from escalating into a global catastrophe. Our collective future depends on this vigilance. The virus challenges existing healthcare systems, especially in resource-limited settings. It highlights disparities in global health capabilities and the need for equitable access to diagnostic tools and treatment. These vulnerabilities can be exploited by such a deadly pathogen. The scientific community is racing against time to understand its full scope. Every new outbreak provides critical data, but also signals the persistent danger. We must learn from these events to refine our preparedness strategies. Policymakers face the complex task of balancing immediate health needs with long-term prevention strategies. This involves funding research, strengthening public health systems, and implementing environmental policies that reduce spillover risk. It is a multifaceted challenge. Global citizens must also be aware of this threat, understanding the importance of public health measures and supporting scientific advancements. Informed communities are better prepared to respond and adapt. Education plays a vital role in this readiness. The silent spread of a highly lethal virus is a nightmare scenario for public health. Nipah has the characteristics to become just such a global crisis if left unchecked. Its unpredictable nature demands constant readiness. The Nipah virus is characterized by an alarmingly high fatality rate. This makes it one of the most lethal infectious diseases known to humankind. The severity of its impact on infected individuals cannot be overstated. Reported fatality rates range significantly, often falling between 40% and 75%. This broad spectrum reflects differences in outbreak settings, healthcare access, and diagnostic capabilities. Regardless of the exact figure, the mortality is exceptionally high. To put this in perspective, Nipah is significantly more deadly than common influenza strains. While influenza causes widespread illness, its fatality rate is typically far lower. This stark difference underscores Nipah's extreme virulence. The virus causes severe illness, attacking multiple organ systems within the body. Its progression can be rapid and debilitating, leaving little time for effective intervention. Early symptoms can often be mistaken for less severe conditions. A major concern is severe respiratory illness, which can rapidly lead to acute respiratory distress. Patients often require intensive care support, including mechanical ventilation. The burden on healthcare facilities can quickly become overwhelming. Perhaps the most devastating complication is encephalitis, or inflammation of the brain. This can manifest with severe neurological symptoms, leading to permanent damage or death. It is a hallmark of Nipah infection. Beyond encephalitis, a range of other neurological complications can arise. These include disorientation, seizures, and profound changes in consciousness. The virus directly targets the central nervous system with severe consequences. Infected individuals often experience a rapid decline, leading to dire consequences. The disease progression can be relentless, challenging even advanced medical care. The outcome is frequently tragic. Many cases ultimately lead to a state of coma. Patients may become unresponsive as the virus damages critical brain functions. This can persist for extended periods, placing immense strain on families and healthcare providers. Ultimately, a significant proportion of those infected succumb to the disease, leading to death. The high mortality rate creates immense fear and public health panic during outbreaks. Preventing these outcomes is a top priority. Even for survivors, the journey is often not over. Long-term sequelae are common, posing ongoing challenges to health and quality of life. The virus leaves a lasting footprint on those who recover. Neurological issues such as recurrent seizures can plague survivors for years. These can be debilitating, requiring ongoing medication and medical management. The brain damage inflicted by the virus can be permanent. Personality changes and cognitive impairments have also been reported in survivors. These can affect daily functioning, relationships, and employment. The long-term impact on mental and emotional well-being is profound. These lasting effects highlight the comprehensive damage caused by Nipah virus. It is not just about survival, but about the quality of life that remains. The human cost extends far beyond the immediate illness. The high fatality rate and severe lingering effects make Nipah a unique and terrifying threat. It stresses the urgent need for effective medical interventions and preventive measures. No one is truly safe from its potential consequences. Understanding these clinical outcomes is crucial for medical professionals to quickly identify and manage cases. Early recognition can improve outcomes, but the fundamental challenges remain. The clinical picture is complex and severe. A critical factor exacerbating the Nipah virus threat is the profound lack of effective countermeasures. We currently possess no specific tools to directly combat the infection once it takes hold. This leaves healthcare providers with limited options. There are currently no licensed antiviral drugs available specifically for Nipah virus. Existing broad-spectrum antivirals have shown limited efficacy or are still in early stages of development. This leaves a significant therapeutic gap. Without specific antiviral treatments, medical teams are unable to target the virus directly. This greatly hinders their ability to alter the course of the disease or reduce its severity. Patients rely solely on their own immune response. Similarly, there are no licensed vaccines available to prevent Nipah infection. This absence of a prophylactic measure leaves entire populations vulnerable to outbreaks. The development of a vaccine is a global health priority. The lack of a vaccine means communities have no defense against the virus's spread. Herd immunity cannot be achieved, and individuals remain susceptible to infection. This makes containment and prevention extremely difficult. Treatment for Nipah virus infection is therefore limited to supportive care. This approach focuses on alleviating symptoms and maintaining vital bodily functions. It does not address the underlying viral replication or pathology. Managing respiratory distress is a primary concern for patients with severe Nipah. This often involves providing oxygen support or mechanical ventilation. These interventions are critical to keep patients alive. Concurrently, managing neurological symptoms like seizures and brain swelling is paramount. Medications are used to control seizures and reduce intracranial pressure. These measures aim to mitigate brain damage. Supportive care can extend life, but rarely changes the ultimate outcome in severe cases. It provides comfort and some physiological stability. However, it cannot cure the disease itself. This reliance on supportive care underscores the profound vulnerability of affected populations. Countries with limited healthcare resources are particularly ill-equipped to manage Nipah outbreaks. The strain on their systems is immense. Even in highly developed healthcare settings, the lack of specific drugs and vaccines presents a major challenge. The best medical technology can only do so much without targeted interventions. It is a shared vulnerability. The absence of countermeasures makes every outbreak a race against time. Containment measures become the primary defense, which are resource-intensive and prone to failure if not implemented perfectly. This is a precarious situation. This dire situation requires the rapid development and deployment of effective countermeasures. Both antiviral treatments and a safe, effective vaccine are urgently needed. Global collaboration is essential to accelerate this process. Research and development efforts must be scaled up significantly. This includes funding basic science, preclinical studies, and clinical trials. The urgency of this work cannot be overstated. Furthermore, any developed countermeasures must be accessible and affordable to all populations at risk. Equity in distribution is just as important as the development itself. A global solution requires global access. The world cannot afford to remain unprepared against such a lethal pathogen. Investing in these countermeasures now will save countless lives and prevent future global health crises. It is an investment in our collective future. The Nipah virus presents complex transmission risks and significant challenges for containment. Understanding these pathways is crucial for effective public health interventions. Its zoonotic origin is a key aspect of its epidemiology. Nipah is primarily transmitted from fruit bats to humans, making it a zoonotic disease. These bats, particularly those of the Pteropus genus, are the natural reservoir for the virus. They can carry the virus without showing symptoms. Transmission often occurs through direct contact with infected animals or their bodily fluids. This can happen through consuming contaminated fruit or sap that bats have touched. It forms a direct link between wildlife and human health. The consumption of raw date palm sap, which bats often contaminate, has been a significant source of human infection in certain regions. This cultural practice highlights the intersection of human behaviour and viral spread. Another critical concern is the potential for human-to-human transmission. While not always the primary mode, this pathway has been observed in some Nipah outbreaks. It significantly complicates containment efforts. Human-to-human spread typically occurs through close contact with infected individuals. This includes interactions with family members, caregivers, or healthcare workers. Direct exposure to bodily fluids is a major risk. This human-to-human transmission increases the risk of widespread outbreaks. Once it jumps between people, the virus can spread more rapidly within communities. This escalates the potential for larger epidemics. The ability for human-to-human spread also makes containment efforts far more challenging. Isolating individuals and tracing contacts becomes crucial but difficult. The risk of healthcare-associated infections also rises. Contaminated hospital environments or inadequate infection control practices can become amplification points for transmission. This poses a severe threat to healthcare professionals and other patients. Strict protocols are essential. The insidious nature of human-to-human transmission means that a single case can spark a chain of infections. Early detection and rapid response are critical to break these transmission chains. Time is of the essence. The varied transmission pathways, from zoonotic spillover to human spread, make Nipah a multifaceted threat. Public health strategies must address all these avenues to be truly effective. A holistic approach is required. These complex transmission dynamics highlight the need for comprehensive surveillance in both animal and human populations. Monitoring bat populations for viral presence is as important as tracking human cases. One informs the other. Educating communities on safe practices, such as avoiding contaminated foods and practicing good hygiene, is vital. This empowers individuals to reduce their personal risk of exposure. Awareness is a powerful preventative tool. Addressing these transmission risks is paramount to controlling Nipah virus. Without a clear understanding and targeted interventions, outbreaks will continue to emerge and escalate. The challenges are substantial but must be met. The potential geographic spread of Nipah virus is vast due to its natural reservoir in fruit bats. These animals inhabit a wide range of territories, increasing the global risk. The ecology of the virus dictates its reach. Fruit bats, particularly species within the Pteropus genus, are found across a wide geographic range in Asia. Their habitat spans from South Asia to Southeast Asia and into parts of Oceania. This broad distribution means many countries are at risk. This extensive bat range means that the potential for Nipah outbreaks exists in numerous countries. Regions where bats interact with human populations or livestock are particularly vulnerable. The virus does not respect borders. Environmental factors are increasingly recognized as contributors to the heightened risk of Nipah spillover. Changes in ecosystems can bring bats into closer proximity with human settlements. These factors alter established ecological balances. Climate change, for instance, can impact bat migration patterns and foraging behaviours. Extreme weather events or altered food availability may force bats to seek new habitats. This can increase their presence near human dwellings. Deforestation and habitat loss are significant drivers pushing bats closer to human populations. As natural forests are cleared, bats lose their traditional roosting and feeding sites. They are forced to adapt to altered landscapes. This forced proximity increases the risk of spillover events from bats to humans or intermediate hosts like pigs. The more frequent and intimate these interactions, the higher the likelihood of viral transmission. It creates new interfaces for pathogens. Human encroachment into natural habitats also plays a role in increasing exposure. Agricultural expansion and urbanisation reduce natural buffers between wildlife and human communities. This intensifies contact. When bats are stressed or their immune systems are compromised due to environmental changes, they may shed more virus. This increased viral shedding further elevates the risk of transmission to other species. It creates a higher viral load in the environment. Understanding these interconnected environmental factors is crucial for predicting and preventing future outbreaks. A purely reactive approach is insufficient when dealing with a virus influenced by such broad ecological shifts. We must look at the bigger picture. Conservation efforts and sustainable land use practices are therefore vital public health measures. Protecting bat habitats can help maintain ecological balance and reduce the likelihood of spillover events. It is a long-term preventative strategy. The geographic spread and environmental drivers highlight the complex nature of Nipah. It is not just a medical challenge, but an ecological one. Addressing this requires a multidisciplinary approach involving environmental science, public health and policy making. Monitoring bat populations and their viral loads in various regions is an important part of surveillance. This can provide early warning signs of potential spillover risks. Predictive modelling can also inform preventative actions. The interconnectedness of planetary health and human health is vividly demonstrated by Nipah virus. Our actions regarding the environment have direct consequences for our susceptibility to emerging infectious diseases. This demands global cooperation. The threats posed by Nipah virus demand a comprehensive and multifaceted global response. No single country or discipline can tackle this challenge alone. It requires coordinated action on multiple fronts. Nipah outbreaks place immense strain on public health infrastructure, particularly in regions with limited resources. Hospitals become overwhelmed and diagnostic capabilities are stretched thin. This highlights systemic weaknesses. Strengthening surveillance systems for early detection is absolutely critical. Rapid identification of initial cases allows for swift isolation and contact tracing. This can prevent widespread transmission and save lives. Investment in research for vaccines and therapies is not just desirable, but essential. Without these tools, humanity remains largely defenseless against the virus. Funding scientific innovation is a top priority. This research must encompass basic science, drug discovery, vaccine development, and clinical trials. A robust pipeline from laboratory to clinic is needed to bring effective countermeasures to fruition. It requires sustained financial commitment. International collaboration is paramount to effectively combat Nipah. Viruses know no borders, and neither should our efforts to control them. A united front is the only way forward. Collaboration allows for the rapid sharing of information and epidemiological data. This enables health agencies worldwide to understand transmission patterns and risk factors more quickly. Open communication is vital. It also facilitates the coordination of research efforts, preventing duplication and accelerating progress. Shared resources and expertise can significantly shorten development timelines for vaccines and therapies. Collective intelligence is powerful. International bodies and developed nations must provide support to affected countries. This includes financial aid, technical assistance, and training for healthcare workers. Solidarity is crucial in a global health crisis. This support helps bolster local public health capacity, improve diagnostics, and enhance outbreak response capabilities. Strengthening the frontline defences benefits everyone. It builds resilience where it is most needed. A proactive and truly global effort is required to protect human health from Nipah virus. Waiting for a large-scale pandemic is a gamble humanity cannot afford to take. Prevention and preparedness are our best defences. This global effort must involve governments, scientific institutions, international organisations, and civil society. Each stakeholder has a critical role to play in building a robust defence against emerging infectious diseases. It is a shared responsibility. Developing effective communication strategies is also vital to inform the public without causing panic. Clear, accurate information empowers individuals and builds trust in public health authorities. Transparency is key. Policy changes are needed to incentivise research and development for neglected diseases like Nipah. Market forces alone are often insufficient to drive investment in these areas. Public funding and partnerships are essential. Ultimately, addressing the Nipah virus threat is an investment in global health security and economic stability. By acting decisively now, we can mitigate a potential catastrophe and safeguard the well-being of populations worldwide. This is a challenge we must collectively meet.